Guys, welcome to the first live football waffle. Now, I've been really trying to pluck up courage to do a first live. So I'm used to just recording behind the scenes, editing jokes, editing reactions, getting rid of little mistakes that I make. So doing this live, hey, it's an experiment. So guys, bear with me. But anyway, let's get with the policy. For people that have been watching before, let's hit the like. On the possibility that the video will be good.
Do it. Do it.
All right.
Everyone should be doing what that sexy lady had above her head. Hit the like. You don't have to be sexy. You don't have to be anything. Just hit that like. Let me show it.
Do it. Do it.
All right.
Anyway, let me see who's in, man. Big up to everyone that's been dropping comments. Big up to True City fan. Well, one of my guys from Man City. I'm going to get into my little waffle on Man City, man. They're in the mud at the moment, but big up for getting in here. Football Talk podcast. Big up to you, Bobby K. Got a great channel. Big up to you. Football Power Hour in the building. Let's go, man. Let me see how this goes. Big up to you for getting in. Aaron, yes, man. I know this guy from Flying Pigs videos. This guy's a great mod. Thanks for getting in here, and thank you for hitting the like. But anyway, this is a stream just to hang out a little bit and talk about some of my views on some of the recent results and Premier League news. And if you've been watching my previous videos, you see my agenda against Arsenal. As a Man United fan, I don't want to see Arsenal get in this league, man. I just don't believe that this rookie coach, I mean, Arteta, he's got a good vision, but come on, man. 3 years into the process, and he's going to go from 5th to 1st to winning the league. I mean, I can't help it, man. I miss the days of Banter FC. I want to see this resurrected. I want to see that come back from the dead. I want to see Arsenal bottle it, man. Like I said, but I've got an agenda. Like I said in a previous video, Arsenal, they've been ahead in the past before, even though they're looking like a serious team now. They've been serious under the likes of Arsene Wenger. Cast your minds back to when they did bottle the lead at the top of the league in 2007 and the 2008 season. I've got to play a reference. Let the court hear my evidence. Remember 2007, 2008. Arsenal fans will remember when Gallas was your captain and you walked into St Andrews against Birmingham and you drew 2-2. And then what happened? Well, you guys went on to win only 5 of your last 11 games. Bottle jobs. And then Man United ended up winning the league. Obviously, Man United are too far off this season to do that, but that could happen again. And if that happens, it will be sheer
emotional damage.
So, yeah, let me get into it. Is it an Arsenal blip incoming? By the way, I might have to amend that video because we've seen that Man City are mudded. We've heard all the news. I mean, I'm not really clued up on all of the technicalities, but Man City look like they're going to get some kind of points deduction, or they may be put off by what's going on. They might even do their own points deduction where they just go on a series of losses. So it could be Man United have to step up and challenge Arsenal, even though they're like 8 points behind with a game out at hand. So it looks like it's an 11-point gap for Man United to try and catch up. It's going to be hard. But anyway, is it an Arsenal blip incoming? We've seen in the past 2 games now, they've lost. They lost to Man City in the cup. What was it? Was it 1-0? And they've lost to Everton 1-0 under a resurgent Everton side with Sean Dyche coming in. This is the guy that saves people, man, from relegation. I mean, he did good with Burnley. So Arsenal, we've seen they're gonna have Brentford. They're gonna have Brentford now, man. And you know what I mean? I've been talking about Arsenal possibly bottling things. I mean, they've got the Henri pretender, e.t.c, and I've disrespected him before. I mean, come on, man. Those are big shoes to fill. That number 14 is very heavy, okay? And we've seen Nketiah. I've called him Eddie Nketiah because of things like this.
Burnham playing with the ball at the back, taking the time, and Nketiah's in the goal, 1-on-1. What's he gonna do here? Oh, he puts it wide. What a fucking miss by Eddie Nketiah, and the replay, oh, so wet.
So they've got Brentford next, and I saw Nketiah missing chances against Everton. I watched the game. They did have their formula kicking. They were trying the 1-2s and everything like that. But Sean Dyche's men were resurgent, and they were just using the physicality. They were brave, and they look like they've taken a bit of confidence from Arsenal. Okay, they're going to play Brentford. We've seen Brentford beat Arsenal, especially in the first season where Brentford were promoted, beat them 2-0 at home. But this game it's going to be at Arsenal. They're going to have the home advantage. But I think Mr. Frank, the coach, can manifest some kind of formula to beat these guys. And like I've said with my agenda, man, Arsenal have the bottling gene, so we could see them mess about. Well, I just want to give some more shout outs to people coming in. Yes, Berber, check out his channel, Gaming Simp. He's got an alias, he's got 2 accounts, man. Check out Gaming Simp. He does good gaming streams. Thanks for getting in here. So yeah, I'm thinking Brentford could do something. I mean, especially if they set up respecting Arsenal and do a bit of a kind of a counter-attacking system, sit deep, and just kind of follow what Everton did. Follow that formula and frustrate these guys. They're going to be a bit lower on confidence. So I'm hoping they can provide another blip, because obviously if they get a win or a draw, it's more impetus for Man United to come back and actually step up, because Man City they're messing about like we've seen. They're mudded. I don't know if they're gonna have a siege mentality where they think, oh, the world's against them and they're gonna start coming out and winning. We've seen how Man City don't move the ball properly. So I think this is a great chance for Brentford to step up and really halt Arsenal's or add to Arsenal's stop in momentum. They've got to help stop the momentum. Big up to everyone getting in. Prima, I know him from Flying Pigs community as well. Thanks for getting in here. What are you saying? Said it all along. Cheating scummers, false champions. So let me get to Man City. Man City mudded. We've seen, man. I mean, for the past few seasons, or is it the past decade? This is where all of the accusations are coming from, isn't it? 100 violations. You've got to be sin binned. I think you've got to be relegated because of that kind of thing. I mean, how can you imagine someone in court with 100 violations? Man, the jury would be like, guilty. Come on, man. I mean, these guys have put up figures. Apparently, they're earning more than giants like Man United, who have a massive fan base, and they've put up numbers that they're earning more than these established giants. So yeah, there was always going to be the idea of sports washing. So, I mean, in my view, I think Man City, they've got to be treated like Juventus. Juventus are the criminals of the Serie A. We've seen them get things like a 15-point deduction this season because of their financial irregularities. I think the book has got to be thrown at Man City. Okay, and unlike previous years, they can't appeal to the European courts. They're in the full dismissal, the full mercy of the Premier League. And the Premier League, they've allowed people like Roman Abramovich, people that are shady, to come in. So this is the time to be cleaning up. You've got to throw the book at Man City. Okay, we've got to see them really hit by the letter of the law. Okay, because other teams have got to know they can't come in and sports wash. So I'm thinking. I mean, I don't want the possibility of them having leagues taken away from them because let's say because Man United have finished second, like with Ole behind Man City. So it's like, oh, if they get that title taken away, we get an extra title. I won't be able to celebrate it. I don't know about people in the comments. What do you think, mate? Would you really take a trophy now? I mean, after all these years, on a technicality, I don't want to be winning leagues on technicalities. I think those titles, if they're going to be taken away, should just be voided. Okay, I want to see Man United, people like Man. I want to see teams like Man United. I'm a Man United fan. I want to see us take a title, just take it in real time. I don't want no winning on a technicality because we have to be able to celebrate it. We can't. I mean, I won't feel good about getting a league from 2016 or 14 whenever Man United finished second. It won't feel right. It will feel like when Liverpool were winning that league in the COVID season and they weren't able to celebrate it. There was no one around. That's what it will feel like. So yeah, I'm not really on that. I think Man City should be relegated, and that's what other teams are saying. I mean, I'm sure we've watched Sky Sports where we've seen that the teams are saying if Man City are guilty, they should be relegated. That's what I want to see them have, and I want to see a transfer ban as well. I want to see a transfer ban. But big up to everyone getting in. Berber, thanks for commenting. Imagine having 100 driving violations. You get banned way before Screw City, man. That's the thing, man. That's a lot of indictments, man. That's telling. That's really telling. And we know that Man City have got their lawyers. So I don't know what evidence they're going to bring up to dispute what's going on. But I think 100 violations, surely they're going to be guilty of some of those because it's taken like a decade for the Premier League to get all the evidence to get together. So some of that's got to hold weight. Berber, I think they would void the season, mate. I couldn't celebrate it either. Yeah, exactly. I can't celebrate leagues on a technicality. It has to be in the moment. We have to be seeing Man United take those titles in real time. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. But big up to everyone. Hit the like if you're in here. Yeah, I got to move on from Man City because there's other people to talk about in the Premier League. Like I'm saying, Man City, if they're not going to challenge now, Man United have got to step up. Even though we've seen it's going to be a hard task because Man United are in the incubation phase of getting the football right. We've seen against Crystal Palace a great hard-fought win, but we've seen that. I mean, the football is improving game by game. I'm surprised that Ten Hag, who for me I call him Stone Cold, man. I call him Stone Cold Ten Hag because of the discipline that he has been instilling. Stone Cold Ten Hag. We've seen other nicknames. Ten Heisenberg. He is the guy that is cooking up the formula, and this guy he is adapting well because we know that Ten Hag's football is pure possession. We've seen Ten Hag win with counter-attack and possession. Okay, so the guy has got the team cooking in terms of confidence, discipline. Remember when he dropped Rashford for being late to, I think it was a training session or a conference, and then the guy came on and scored anyway. Everyone respects Ten Hag, but it's going to be hard because we've seen that Arsenal 3 years ahead in their development, man. That's hard to put pressure on a manager like Ten Hag that's in his first season, trying to recover Man United from that embarrassing last season. It's a big ask to have him be challenging when it's one game every 3 days. One game every 3 days. Come on, that task to get Man United to claw back 8 points and challenge Arsenal. That's a big ask. But Ten Hag, he said, I want to win every game. That's stone cold. Well, it's going to be hard. I mean, Man United, we know they've got Leeds up next. There's suspensions, Casemiro. I mean, hey, I mean, people like Schlupp should have been red carded as well. The way he pushed Anthony off the pitch, yeah, the guy could have been injured. This guy should have been red carded, man. So I'm not surprised that Casemiro got suspended, man. I don't condone what he did, but we know he's a favela. He is a favela soldier. Yeah, he's going to have that mentality to stick up for his Brazilian compatriot. So I'm not surprised that he had to question and consider disciplining people on the pitch like Will Hughes. He was like Wayne Brady on the Dave Chappelle show.
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
That's what Casemiro had to do. He questioned it, and he had to choke someone out. He had to, because people like Crystal Palace, who had no wins in 7, 8 games. People like Will Hughes and Schlupp had to be disciplined. That he had to show them that we mean business. But he's going to be suspended now. There's other midfielders like Ericsson that's out. So surely we've got to see people like Sabitzer come in. He had a little bit of a cameo. I didn't really see it enough, but the guy is Bayern Munich and Leipzig level. We've got to see people like that come in. And on the side of that, we've got to see people like Sancho, who's like a new signing. They've got to come in and they've got to be challenging, okay? They've got to be showing Ten Hag that they know what to do. Man United have got a good record against Leeds. So we're at home. We've got to see another win. Man United, they have a fortress now. I think it is 13 wins in a row at the Theatre of Dreams. It used to be the Theatre of Memes. Now it is Theatre of Dreams. So we've got to see people step up and fill the gap of people that are injured or suspended. For everyone that is getting in, big up to you guys getting in here. Prima, what are you saying, lad? Just at work, popping in to drop a like. Thanks again, man. Thanks again. Everyone keep getting your comments in. Johnny, big up to you. Yeah, he wants to see Man City relegated to the National Conference. Glasgow Rangers got relegated for less than Shitty's antics. You know what I mean? Because I heard about that. I don't think Rangers had 100 violations. I mean, I need to look up all of the violations, because apparently one of them was Man City not cutting the grass. I hope they're not all petty like that, because we'll see a lot of those violations thrown out the window. Big up to Kings Football getting in. Big up to you, man. I did want to come on the preview for the Arsenal game, but my internet was not interneting. So I'll have to catch up with you another time. Big up to one of my other brothers, Solo, a.k.a. Errol, doing bits with Man United Agenda. Big up to you, man. Thanks for coming in on the first live on Monday. Thanks for getting in here. Everyone hit the like. First Waffle stream. I'm sure you guys can see it's been a bit waffly, but it's the first stream. I'm still working things out. But yeah, thanks for everyone getting in. So we've got to get to other things going on. I mean, we've seen Spurs came back to try and stake their claim for top 4. Where are they in the league now? I think they are still behind Newcastle, aren't they? Yep. Tottenham 39 points, 1 point behind Newcastle. Are they going to get on a run now? This is the thing. I mean, we've seen with Conte. The team's not really been cooking. I mean, we've seen Tottenham fans moan about the quality of the football. The football's not been good, but that last win against Man City, they showed fight, man. I mean, I had a bet on Man City to actually be winning that game, especially when they came back, when they were 2-0 down at home to Spurs. I thought, okay, they're going to be galvanized. They're going to come back and they're going to go to the White Hart Lane. I forgot what the name of the stadium is. They're going to go to Tottenham's house and they're going to get a win. But it's like, I think, what is it? 5 or 6 times they've been there, they can't get any kind of wins. So Spurs, I don't know. do we think they're gonna actually go on a run now and you know take out Newcastle? Because Newcastle, even though they've been drawing a few games, I think they got was it 3 wins out of 5? I think Newcastle is still doing well. Yeah, it's got 3 wins out of 5. They're still doing well, and I've got to say I'm a bit surprised with Newcastle. I mean, they've got their owners that have come in. I don't know if they're going to be investigated soon, but we've seen them make signings like the likes of Anthony Gordon. Are they really serious? Because they've already got wingers that are better than Gordon. The likes of San Maximin, who I think's been disrespected. He's not even been getting starts, and he's one of the best dribblers at that club. So, coming back to the point, Spurs with that football, are they really going to come through and get that 4th place? I mean, they've not looked good enough for me, Spurs, because every time I've seen them play, they're going down in the first half and having to come back. They've done that against a lot of teams. So I don't know if that kind of counter-attack football is going to be good for their longevity. I don't think it's going to be that good. So people in the comments, get in your thoughts. Are Spurs going to use? Are they going to usurp Newcastle's position? Because they're still in good form despite a few draws. Big up to King's Football again. Have you seen the breaking news on Qatari Group? Want to buy United? I mean, I've seen that you know we have seen with the likes of people that have come in at Man City. Okay, before all of these allegations came out that they're sports washing, these kind of owners seem to come in and they want to support the game. They want to put money into the football, and they want to really be serious. They really want to challenge. I'm not so sure about these guys coming in, because I'm hoping they will be clean guys, because we've seen with that Qatari World Cup there was a lot of you know, controversy with a lot of policies that they have in terms of you know, not really. I mean, no, they don't accept different cultures in terms of like people that are homosexual, things like that. They have what's it, civil rights issues with workers not getting the proper rights given to them, not really treating them well. So I'm hoping this would be a Qatari group that, you know, is sorting themselves out and are building the ethics to adapt to the English culture. You've got, if you're going to come to the English game, you've got to adapt your culture to suit the ethics of this country. And we know that, you know, England is one of the countries at the forefront of having equality going on, you know, just having morals at the forefront. You know, I mean, it's debatable. So it's really a tricky one. I mean, as long as, you know, the Premier League are cleaning up properly and are vetting owners properly, then I would take people from Qatari. If they're going to come in and they're going to play by the rules, I would take them. I would take them for sure. Berber, High Kings, never a dull day with United there. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. It's never a dull day. I really want to see the Glazers just sell this club quick, because we've seen certain tweets where they're considering staying. Okay, they're considering maybe just selling on a few stocks, right? And just being like maybe minority owners. I don't want to see them in the club anymore. Despite them getting a few things right, I mean, they've hired Ten Hag. They've done a few good things right. They've backed Ten Hag with certain signings. For once, getting people in the January transfer window like Sabitzer, I would have liked to see more people come in. But hey, they're doing some certain things right, but they've got too much of the previous things going against them. There's too many times where they've not signed the right players. They've kept people against their will, like Pogba and Ronaldo, and we've seen that's made it hard for managers to really get going and get focused on the football. Big up to Berber, first time catching a live show. Thanks for staying in here. Big up to Super Nick. She's a great supporter of these football channels, so thank you for getting in here. CM, yo, we have to maybe link up on a show, man. I follow your content. Subscribe to CM22, man. Subscribe to the twins, because they're coming up with a great format. I've seen your stuff, bro. Keep going. Blessings to you as well. But I told you this was going to be a waffle, so let me try and keep on course. Okay, now let's get to Chelsea and Liverpool. Now, Chelsea and Liverpool, this is what could be a great silver lining for teams like Man United to be getting in the title race, because we've seen Chelsea had the takeover. What is it? They spent like $500 million in one window, and you know what I mean. People like Potter are having to deal with 42 players. Can you imagine coming into work and you've got to do a roll call, a register, make sure everyone's here? You're going to spend the whole morning trying to assess if everyone is there. So, you know what I mean? Potter has got a big task of picking the right players and keeping everyone happy. So I'm not surprised that they're not doing that well, because Todd Bowley's been buying too many players, man. Too many players for this guy, Potter, to be settling on a proper formula. They're not playing that well. I mean, who have they got next? I think they've got Chelsea. Who have Chelsea got next? I forgot who they've got next now. They've got West Ham away, and West Ham's form, I mean, they've not been doing too bad, but I mean, 3 wins out of the last 5, even though they're kind of near the relegation zone. I think they're gonna provide some problems, man, because we've seen Chelsea's form. I mean, it's disgraceful. Chelsea are on 1 win and 5, doing terrible, just like Liverpool as well. I mean, 1 win and 5 as well. We've seen Chelsea 30 points in 9th place, Liverpool in 10th place with 29 points. These guys are irrelevant for this season. We've seen Liverpool. I mean, we've seen all the talk. I don't get what Liverpool were doing. I don't know how much control Klopp had over the transfers, but you would have thought this guy, who's taking Liverpool out of the banter era, getting a league, Champions League, you would have thought he's going to refresh that midfield, especially when Liverpool do rely on a lot of energy, especially when they were doing the gegenpress. I mean, they've calmed down a bit now, but their football requires a lot of, I was going to say, spamming. We've seen a lot of Trent Alexander getting a lot of crosses in. They do a lot of counter pressing. You would think they would have spent their money on more midfielders to help the likes of Thiago in midfield. We've seen the likes of Milner and Henderson. They're burning out. Why would you go and get Gakpo and Nunez? These guys, especially like Nunez, who's, when I was seeing it a few games before, Nunez was missing like, his tally of missed chances was like 16 big chances, worse than the likes of Bamford when he was promoted with Leeds in the first season. That is terrible. I don't get what's going on with the transfer policy at Liverpool. They have been slacking. So Liverpool, they've got Everton. People in the comments, so what do we think? Are Liverpool going to come back? It's great. As a Man United fan, it's great to see them in the mud, but we've seen Everton are resurgent under Sean Dyche. They're surely going to keep going, and I reckon they're going to keep Liverpool to a draw or possibly beat them. Okay, they are write-offs for this season. I think Chelsea and Liverpool are write-offs, and this is where, like I said earlier, Man United have to capitalize now, man. I don't want to put pressure on Ten Hag because it's a first season. It's a first season after the last season, which was banter. Okay, this is a lot of work for one man to be doing. So it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Everyone, just get questions in. Keep hitting the like. Thanks for being in here. Like I said, first Waffle stream. So there's going to be Waffle. There's going to be certain things. I think I've missed certain things out, but anyway, I'm just going off. I'm going off the cuff quite a bit. Well, Primo still on Man City. Said it all along. Cheating City scummers, false champions, man. That's what they are, man. And I'm hoping Premier League will finally catch these guys and will give them proper punishment, man. If they don't get relegated, at least take a points deduction this season. I would like to see it this season. I want to see them suffer straight away. People are saying maybe the arbitration, the individual, the independent panel is maybe going to take a few months to really convict Man City of the violation. So it might be like a points deduction next season. But I want to see it this season. I want to see Man United at least get top 2. It will be beautiful, especially after Man United was scraping just to get 6th place last season. But coming to Berber's comment, new manager bounce. I'm not sure if you're talking about Man United versus Leeds, because we've seen Leeds don't have a manager now. They don't have a manager, so you must be talking about a different fixture. But anyway, just to come to that, yeah, Leeds needs to be victimized by Man United, not having a manager for this game, especially after we've seen the dedication to the War of the Roses. Man United have to victimize Leeds for not coming into this fixture without a manager. You can't do that against a team that's unbeaten in 13 games at home, in the theatre of dreams, okay? You can't come here and do that. So I'm hoping we see Ten Hag be very brave with the formation. I'm hoping we still go with like the one holding midfielder and have 2 box-to-box 8s or 2 10s. Just like we saw at Chelsea when Man United went there and they played with 2 10s and a number 6 in midfield. Just went for it. High press, counter press. I really, really want to see that. I want to see midfield. Maybe we see Fred holding by himself and we see Sabitzer as a number 8. And Bruno, for me, is not one of my favorites, but he's a captain. So I want to see him as one of the 8s as well. He's got to come in and he's got to be doing, showing some good energy and trying to keep it simple, link up the play. People like Sancho now, refresh signing, man, come in. And I don't want to see people like Elanga coming to the team. We have to see Sancho, 70 million, come in and take one of those wings because people like Garnacho are showing you up. We've got to see Sancho come in and show the skills. Well, big up to Super Nick. They better wrap this up before the end of the season. Pep will step. I mean, we've heard, just coming back to Man City, we've heard Pep will walk if these guys are guilty. I'm sure. I think that's what he's been saying, right? I respect Pep, man. I mean, I was one of his big fans when he was at Barcelona. So it was really hard to see him come into Man City, one of United's biggest rivals. To see him come in and be winning with Man City was very hard to see. So, you know what? Yeah, I hope he walks, man. We need to see City back in the mud, back to league, back to the Championship, League One or whatever. But see them struggling again, man. We need to see them struggling. But yeah, this is the first Waffle hangout. So everyone, thanks for getting in. It's you know what I mean? I do way better at doing the editing behind the scenes and doing my reactions to certain videos where, you know what I mean, I can make mistakes behind the scenes and edit them quick. So this has been an experiment. Thanks to everyone getting in. So if anyone's got any questions, get them in now because I'm getting ready to wrap up. Well, I'm going to finish off on just some predictions. In terms of Arsenal versus Brentford, I reckon Brentford are going to get a draw. I reckon they're going to get a draw. I'm hoping, because like I said earlier, I don't want to see a rookie coach be going from 5th place to 1st place, man. I mean, come on, but the guy didn't have a job before this Arsenal gig. How is he going to step up that quick? You know, we need to see Arsenal bottle this league, man. And if Man United can keep the momentum going, yeah, it will be a great thing. It will be a great thing. Coming to the next guys, coming to Spurs. When they go to Leicester, I mean, we've seen Leicester. They're doing some bits, man. They're doing some bits. They're in 14th place when they used to be in the relegation zone. Leicester 2 wins in the last 5. I'm not sure if they can provide enough to kind of challenge Spurs. I think with Conte getting that great performance and the great win, I reckon Spurs are going to win away to Leicester. I reckon they'll win about 2-1. Coming to Man City, I forgot to talk about Man City's next one. I don't think they're going to do well at home to Villa. We've seen with Emery, he's one of these defensive coaches just like Conte. So I reckon he's going to follow that kind of formula and he's going to frustrate Man City. We've seen Man City don't pass the ball well nowadays. How has Haaland gone from scoring like 20 plus goals in like 15 games or whatever, and then nothing? I think because of all of this stuff that's coming out, the violations that they've gone through, I think they're going to be in the mud. I reckon Villa could get a 1-0 away win. I reckon they can do it. Everyone getting your predictions. And then coming to Liverpool versus Everton, I reckon it'll be a draw. I reckon Everton will put up another good counter-attacking display, and I reckon they will keep Klopp's men to like a 1-1 draw, something like that. And then coming to Chelsea, who are playing. Who are Chelsea playing again? Coming to Chelsea, who were playing West Ham. I just see another draw there. I just think with the fact that we've not seen the formula being properly cultivated at the moment, I see them drawing that game as well. Got another draw for that game. I don't think they're going to do that well. And then real quickly coming to Newcastle as well. I mean, their form, like I said earlier, 3 wins out of 5. And I've got Bournemouth. Yeah, I could see them winning that away from home, actually. I could see them getting a win because we've seen Bournemouth. I mean, when they had a bit of their manager bounce, they're in 19th place. I don't think they've got good enough football to be beating Newcastle. We've seen that Newcastle are very good with Eddie Howe and the way they play football. I think Newcastle will keep going and they'll get a win, maybe 2-1 away from home. Yeah, I reckon they'll do that. But everyone, get your comments in, get your predictions in. Yeah, thanks to Gaming Simp again. Awesome stream. I don't know if we can go that far, but it's the first one, so I gotta get my sea legs, you know. So big up to you for getting in that comment. Thank you to Super Nick. And yeah, first waffle. It's like I said, man. I'm used to just doing my edits behind the scenes, but I thought I'd give this a trial. Thanks to everyone getting in, and yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for everyone hitting the likes. Be sure to keep watching. I'm gonna have things like animations coming through. I might have a few more live streams. I'm gonna be doing a preview for Man United versus Barcelona. That's gonna be a big one. I thought, okay, let me really get down to business and do a stream for that. Because I've been watching Barcelona lately, and with Xavi at the helm, they're playing some nice football, man. There's these people that have learned from Pep, the likes of Arteta, the likes of Xavi, like I'm saying, and they're playing this good, fluid football. Man United versus Barcelona is going to be a true test. So I saw Barcelona beat Sevilla recently, and they're playing Ten Hag football, fluid formations, high press, and it's the likes of people like Pedri and Gavi in midfield, likes of Lewandowski. This is going to show where Man United are really at. So, yeah, keep a lookout on the channel. I'm going to do a preview for that. I'm going to have certain people on the channel. So yeah, keep a lookout for that. You know, big up to Devils United. Oh, Devils United. Maisie, she does some great streams based on the women's football. So check her out. Great host. Really good at flowing on a live stream. So check her out. Super Net, big up. I'm bringing the chicken. Yo, that's based on the chicken and waffles. Yo, big up to you. CM22, thank you. We need more waffles. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Gaming Simp, I will try and keep up the great content. But yeah, that's my waffle, my live waffle. Everyone, hit the like, subscribe. Devils United, thanks again. Thank you again. Hit the like and subscribe. There'll be more on the channel. But anyway, I'm out. Peace.